to turn it this way and then turn it that way. Okay. So we're doing something a little bit different today. It's the That's Expensive Shop My Stash. Don't feel like we're central. No, it's not the That's Expensive Shop My Stash. Basically, I'm doing a project pan with a few ladies from the Fantastic Ladies group over on Facebook. So I'm just going to be putting them on my face. Apart from foundation, we don't have a foundation, so I might just use this one because I need to figure out whether I want to keep or declutter it. I've just pulled that out in my Shop My Stash. So let's just put some of this on first though. It's the Garnier Vitamin C Daily UV 50 Plus. I like using this. Works really well, in my opinion, as a moisturiser. It's just really, really nice. But I'm getting a few breakouts. You can see them there, and you'll especially be able to see them when I turn the light down. I don't know where they're coming from. And it's hard to establish where they're coming from, isn't it, without kind of not using a product for a while. And then if the blemishes go, and then they come back when I start using the product again, then it's obviously this. But I'm like more or less halfway done with it, so I'm going to continue to use it. It's very glowy, but not as glowy as the... You can get a glow one, which I'm intending on getting when I've run out of this one. See, breakouts here as well. Seems to be where I'm putting my base products. Can you see, like here and here? It's where I'm putting my base products. It's not where I'm putting like blusher, bronzer, highlighter and stuff. So I can roll them out. But this could be the culprit. I don't know if it is or not. So I'm going to use this now as well. This Vitamin Enriched Eye Base by Bobbi Brown. It's good. I wouldn't recommend buying it. Not unless you see it on a fantastic sale. I didn't buy it. And would I buy it? No, is the answer. A friend got it for me, which I really, really appreciate. But I could do the same thing if you live in the UK. They do this. Primark do it. It's a PS Prep and Perfect Vitamin Enriched Moisturising Primer. And although it's for like all over the face, you could definitely put some of that under your eyes. Just my opinion. Just my opinion, guys. I was like, just my opinion. Can't get my words out properly. Hi Phoebe, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Well, I've got a bit of a sore leg, but that's just the way it is at the moment for me. I'm waiting for x-ray results to come back. I think what I'm going to do today, I will put on a pore blurring primer, but I also want to use this. It's not the Revolution Fix and Glow, but it is a Revolution spray and it diminishes pores. So I think I'm going to just spray this on because I want to use it up. It's in a project pan as well, so yeah, let's use some of this. Oh, it scared me. Oh, sorry if you can hear them out there. I mean, I try and film at such a time where you're not going to hear anyone outside my window. And I don't think they are outside my window. They're in the next block of flats. So now I've got to wait for this to dry down. I do have a fan somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I think I've seen it. So just gonna try and dry it down a bit. I think I went a bit OTT on the spray. Let's just get that out of the way as well. After this video, I need to do a Project Pan update. I was actually going to do a video today with all the Project Pan products that are in my Project Pan, use them all on camera. But I just thought, well, I don't have a Project Pan foundation anymore because I've panned it. I think that'll do. Let's get that pour one out now. So I don't have that anymore. I don't really have an eyeshadow palette that's in Project Pan. I mean, I've got my build your own palette. Yeah, I've got my build your own palette, but it's mattes. It's completely mattes. Sorry, I'm using this Prep and Perfect Pore Smoother. This, I can't rate it enough. I've got 5 of them in backup. That's how good it is. So if you've got a Primark and you see it, I think they're £2 now. They're selling them off. This one is practically all gone. I'm doing well too. Looking forward to watching this live. Oh, I'm really glad. Right, so like most people have got pores, especially in their nose, right? So I tackle that area first. And then you can see my lines underneath here. It doesn't get rid of them completely, but it, you know, helps. Like when you're putting foundation on and concealer, it really does help with it. So I do this part here. This is what I like this primer for. So once I finish this primer, I'm not going to use another one. I'm going to use, I've got like quite a lot of primers that I just want to get through before I start opening new ones. And then I just kind of do the cheek area here. And then I'll put a brightening one on. So I like to do them lines there. I hate them lines, smile lines. Everyone's got them, but oh, I wish they would shut up. Thank goodness I don't have my window open. Right. That can go back now. Okay, we can, oh no, I need the glowy primer. It's just the Becca backlighting one. I am using some of Project Pan. I am using some of Project Pan items. This is nearly all done. Have you been watching that Love Triangle Australia, Phoebe? I've been obsessed with it. I didn't really watch the UK version, but I just love anything Australian version, like Married at First Sight. I love the Australian version. The UK version, I can take or leave it. I feel like it's because it's Australia, you know, and it's, I will be going to Australia at some point in my life. Over the next few years, I'm hoping, and I just like watching it. And I've just started watching the Gathering as well. Well, I say just started, I have literally just started. I'm about halfway, not even halfway through it. That looks good as well. Foundation then. Right, so I'm going to use this one. This isn't Project Pan. Holding for my Shop My Stash. This is the Fenty Beauty Pore Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. It's in the shade 120. I feel like this should be getting decluttered. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. Now, well, it's not runny, like really runny. So Can you hear me now or not? I can't even type anything. If you can't hear me, I'm going to have to delete this live. Yes, can hear you just now. I don't know what went wrong. I stopped the Wi-Fi and then put it back on. Maybe it had something to do with that. I couldn't type. You can't type. You used to be able to type on here as well, but you can't. I don't know why a content creator can't type in their own live chat. Right, so that's looking glowy. Just need to do the forehead. Yeah, so out of the Desperate Housewives, there was someone in Big Brother out of there. I don't know which one, out of which Desperate Housewives. It's not Desperate Housewives, is it? It's The Real Housewives. See, that's how much I don't watch it, because I'm getting it mixed up with the TV show. Let's get some concealer on. Yeah, so she was in it. Celebrity Big Brother. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Celebrity Big Brother last year. Right, so I'm using the Body Collection concealer now. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I just want to use it up and get it out of the collection. So this one is in the shade Fair, I think. Yeah, says it there. So that's what I've got in my Shop My Stash this go around. But also, I want to pan it. Yes, Lauren from Cheshire. Yeah, that's the one. I did recognise her, so I must have watched that show at one point or another. Probably when I went to my mum's house. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that other powder, what I put away. I put it away. I pulled it out last month for Shop My Stash. I feel like they'll go really nice together, those two products. So it's a Fenty Beauty. I think this is the Pro Filter powder. Yeah, Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter 02. I do want to get the pink powder that they do to that. I mean, this just smells like the foundation. It smells so good. I don't even know what it smells of. I don't go over here because I like the glow over there. Like when I'm putting finishing powder on, I tend to go over there as well, so I don't want too much powder on. So it's basically just in my T-zone. I don't think, yeah, I have got a bronzer, but I need a matte bronzer, and then I'll just show you what it is. So the one that's in my, no, it's not that. The one that's in my That's Expensive project pan is this one. I don't much care for it. I mean, for what I paid for it as well. It's a Natasha Denona Bronze Cheek Face Glow palette. Looks like that. So this is meant to be their bronzer. And that as well, I guess. I think I've been using that when I've used it. I think I'll be decluttering this because, yeah, it's just not for me, I don't think. I've tried with it and it's just not working out. Oh yeah. Bronzer. I created my own magnetic palette. So that's what that looks like. But the thing is, if I'm going to use this glowy bronzer here, I'm not going to be able to use the one from the That's Expensive project pan. So we're just going to have to try and make the best out of this, I think. Let's find a brush. I really hope it doesn't look horrible though. Just making sure there's nothing on this buffing brush by Real Techniques. Yeah, we're going to have to go in with this one. So that one is Super Glow Nude. Because this one's more like a bronze eyeshadow. Oh, it's not too bad. I mean, I do like a glowy bronzer, but I like to put a matte one down first. And I didn't pull one for my Shop My Stash. And I'm not getting one out of the collection because that's cheating. So I'll just use this. I seem to have lost the power of talking today as well. I do have a stutter though, like my epilepsy causes me to have a stutter. And I don't really see it in lives. But I do like when I'm just sitting down to record by myself. And that's why I have to edit a lot. So this is why I'm doing these Get Ready With Me lives. 1, they get more views. And 2, there's no editing. So I'm being rather lazy. Right, let's get some more of that powder on. Just the Fenty Beauty one. Once I put bronzer on, I like to just like chisel it out a little bit. I need to start putting my lives on my community tab. I do that sometimes. But this was an unexpected one. I didn't know whether I was going to do it or not. So I just thought I'll just come on. And if anyone's around, people are around, and if they're not, they can watch it later. Okay, so we've used the Natasha Denona, actually the highlighters in here, so I need to keep that out. Right, now I'm using a Bougie palette. So this one has got my blush in it and eyeshadows. It is on the older side, but this blush is everything. So I want to see how that looks. And then I want to use, I think, these 3 eyeshadows here, up at the top here. I don't think I'll use that gold. I don't think I liked it when I last used it. So blush brush. Let me just make sure there's no colour on. So it's the YSL It's just a YSL makeup palette. My mum got it me quite a few years ago. Super pretty, that. Then I blend that out. So don't want it to be like too in people's faces, too abrasive. I don't think this live will be too long today. Right, so the highlighter is that one. I'm not a lover of it, but we'll use it. So it's a Bounce Cream Glow. Shall I put it on with my fingers and then blend it out a bit? That's what I mean, you know. Why keep products that you don't really like that much? Right, blend it out. It's not, is it terrible? No, it's not terrible. It's just, do you know when you know a product's just not for you? And what's the point in keeping it? My niece might want it. She's only 14, but she's asked my sister for Charlotte Tilbury for Christmas. And I'm like, Charlotte Tilbury? I don't even have that much Charlotte Tilbury. A lot of it, in my opinion, is kind of overhyped. I do like her lipsticks. They are a good formula. Those Matte Revolution lipsticks are really good. I'm just gonna make sure there's no creases in the eyes there, or as little as I can possibly get away with. So yeah, she's last year my sister got her loads of, I think for her birthday actually in March, not last Christmas, she got her loads of e.l.f. skincare, and it's like, does she need it? She's 14. But I feel like kids grow up a lot faster these days. Alright, I need my finishing powder. Right, so we're going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Universe. And I won't show you. Hi Emma, how are you? I won't show you what it looks like just because I'll be doing an update on it soon and it kind of spoils it. But I'm just going to put it on my face. And I can say I've done really, really well with it, considering like the last update. But I need to start taking pictures. I'm not going to take pictures of it at this point, but then once I've done the update, I need to start taking pictures of it, because it's alright saying I've done really, really well, but people need to see how well. I love Hourglass finishing powders. They just make your skin look absolutely flawless. I don't want to get a palette again this year because I've got this palette, what I'm using now. And I've also got the new one that came out last year. But I do want to get another finishing powder, I think. Right, I've not done my brows either. Amy, hi. This is a surprise. Right, let's go in with a Technique Glow Setter. It's really good setting spray. I say this every single time on a live. Every single time. I'm like, it's nice, but it stinks. It does smell really, really bad. I do prefer the Revolution Fix and Glow. The Revolution Fix and Glow's £8. And then this one's $2.99. So while I'm on the no buy, I'll always get this one. Unless it's out of stock. And then I'll get the Revolution Fix and Glow just because it's like a cheaper price. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Emma, thank you. Just waiting for my x-ray results to come in, but they won't be in for another, I think, week and a bit now. And then I'll be lucky if they're in then. I want to do my brows now before we do the eyes. Right, okay. So I used 2 products for the eyes. If you've watched enough of these Shop My Stash, well, it's Get Ready With Me, innit? Not Shop My Stash. If you've watched enough of them, you'll know what I'm using. So I use this Smashbox Photo Op Eyeshadow Trio. It's just basically an eyeshadow trio with like a cream ivory shade and then 2 darker shades. That's another product I'm doing really well on. It's part of Project Pan, my 24 in 2024. Again, I'm sorry guys, I won't show you what progress I've hit. A video will be going up in the next few days, so maybe you could check it out there if you want to see it. Fingers crossed it's all good news. I hope so, but my leg, every time I walk on it, like I'll go to my mum's, she lives about 6 minutes away, at the minute it's taking me double the time to get there. And like every time I walk, so my leg starts off straight like that, and then it goes like that from underneath me, my knee. My knee's doing that. It's not actually my leg, so I have to stop and start a few times. I feel like there's definitely something there. I feel like some intense physio may be needed. I mean, I would prefer hydrotherapy in the pool, but we'll see what I get offered. The doctor seemed to think it was osteoarthritis, but that was before the x-ray, so I don't know what's going to come back off the x-ray. Then I use this brow gel. It's the Juvia's Place Eye Sculpt Eyeshade Brow Gel. And it's a clear one, but it doesn't look very clear. It's full of brown gunk from the brown that I put on my eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I've not always had it. I'm only 46 years old. You wouldn't think that someone would get arthritis at my age. But it's like the doctor said, babies can be born with arthritis, you know, so it's not, you know, it's not like they're picking on you. If you've got it, you know, we just need to treat it. And then on top of that, I'm having problems with my hip and my back. And the doctor said, well, because you're kind of limping, and your legs going and your kneecaps going from underneath you, you're walking funny, like you're walking off to the side a little bit, and that's why you're getting hip and back problems. So I don't know whether I'll need physiotherapy on that as well. But yeah, it's not looking good, is it? I've just gotten over the nasal stuff that happened last year, where they thought that I had nasal cancer, and now I'm going through this. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Poor Andy. Yeah, I do feel a bit like that. Bit sorry for myself. Right, so brows are on now. I do actually want to tint my brows. I'm sick of going through this brow routine every day. Right, so, sorry, I need my primers. Okay. Right, W7 Prime View, which I'm nearly out of. Let's get this on the eyelids. Doesn't even want to come out. Really doesn't. Oh, there's a bit there. Seems like there's loads in there. I mean, it's good in a sense, this primer. All your veins in your eyes, it just gets rid of, like, can you see how I've got like purple veins? Not many, but I've got purple veins in my eyes there, and on that side you can't really see anything. So it's good in that sense, but it's so runny, guys. I wouldn't repurchase it. Right. Then I go in with this Revolution contour palette, so just this shade here. Just to set the base, well, the primer. Okay, so that's good. So like I said earlier, it's not going to be a long video, this. Not as long as normal anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to get my Build Your Own palette out. So it looks like that. It's got all my Makeup Geek singles in it. So it's my project pan, Makeup Geek singles. So I normally start off with this shade here, just in the transition. So that shade is what? Peach Smoothie. That shade is almost gone. What shade? I didn't put an eyeshadow on, I just put a setting powder on. We're putting the eyeshadow on now, Amy. Right, okay, so I'm going in with Peach Smoothie. And you won't see this a lot either, because it's just a transition shade. But you'll see it better than the setting powder that was just on. And then we deepen it up and deepen it up as we go along with different eyeshadows. Like I said, you know, it's not going to be very impactful. You can see it though. It's just like what it says. You know, it's a peach shade. Yeah, the big setting powder palette. You're not meant to see it though. Like setting powder, you don't see, do you? Like when you're putting it on your lids. It's not something that's meant to show up. It's just to set the actual eye base and not make it tacky. Because if I would have just left it, it would have been tacky. Okay, that's that. I don't want to get too carried away with my own palette because I've got this YSL one to use. Let me just figure out what I am using. Right, so we've only got a really dark brown matte in there, so that's fine. Can use that on the outer V. Okay. Now I'll go in with this shade. So we're just building the colour up very, very slowly. That one's called Creme Brulee. I'll start off on the outer V and then go through the crease again. I don't even know if that YSL palette's okay, you know. This is why I'm using it. very bougie. I woke up with the horriblest headache today as well. Be nice if my hair didn't get in the way. And then what I also do is I go back in with the Revolution powder and put that on the brow bone. I hate using shimmers on the brow bone. So this goes on the brow bone as well, and it helps you clean up, like I like this edge here to be really, really kind of like sharp. So it helps do that. So if you just like go in, like put it all over the brow bone, like it helps clean any, I wouldn't say mess, but it just makes it look sharper. And then like that. Yours is always tacky. I don't like a tacky base. I feel like it ruins the eyeshadow. Unless it's a glitter glue. The glitter glue is meant to be a tacky base. So like when I put eyeshadow here, Amy, that I'll use, oh, it's in the drawer, you'll see it in a minute. I'll use my glitter glue here, and that is always tacky. So what I'll tend to do is put an eyeliner on first, and then once I've done my eyeliner, I'll go in with the shimmers. And yeah, that's the only tacky base I'll use. Like an actual primer like this, it's just like putting a concealer down all over your lid. If you put a concealer all over your lid or foundation, then it's going to be really, really tacky, and like your eyeshadows are going to be patchy. Well, in my opinion, that's what's happened anyway. Right, let's go in with, I think, this one. So that one's Frappe. That one there is Frappe. You know, when I ordered these, I used to be a big, massive fan of Jaclyn Hill. And she had all these in her collection. And that's what kind of made me buy them. Again, you know, you can see it, but it's not as dark as I want it just yet. We're just slowly kind of deepening up the eye to how I want it. And then I think there's one more shade in here, then I'll use the YSL palette. Let's use this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush that I've got. So I know the shade, what this is. This is the shade Cocoa Bear. I mean, everyone does the makeup different. It's definitely, makeup is definitely subjective to how you want to do it. You know, a few days ago, I actually got people telling me what brushes to use on my face. And it's like, well, you do you and I'll do me. Right, then we're going to blend that out. Because let me think of an example. Just because a highlighter brush is marketed as a highlighter brush doesn't mean you can't use it as a powder brush. Real Techniques market their highlighter brush as a highlighter brush, and I mean, I haven't got any now, but it's a bit like this one. It looks like that, It's not this one. This one is Elite. It's the Elite number 15, and I feel like they marketed as a highlighter brush, but I use it for under the eyes there, for like a powder brush. I don't listen to what these companies tell me how to use these brushes. So yeah, but that's just me, each to their own. Right, that's blended quite nicely. And so's that. I think we're done with this. I don't know whether I'm going to use that shimmer shade. But look how well I'm doing with that palette. What I've said when I started using it, I just want to use like the ones that I've got panning like this. I want to use all them up. So I've only got 3. And these ones, like, I wouldn't actually mind seeing some pan there. Like that one is it's got quite a bit of a dip now. So that one's creme brulee. I don't think you'll see it, but it's got a dip here. And Frappe is getting a bit of a dip there. So yeah, we'll see what December/January holds of next year, and see how well I've done. I am trying to use them a lot. So it's just, to me, this is kind of the perfect palette, neutral palettes, if you only have shimmers in a palette. For instance, like last week, I used, where is it? Got all these brushes and stuff hanging around. Let me just put them away and I'll show you. Last week I used this Saints, Angels, Sinners Earth Baby palette, and as you can see there are no mattes with it, so I had to use a different palette, and I just thought to myself, well, I'll use the palette that I've created, so it's good for that. I don't have many matte palettes as well, you know, it's not something that I'll go out and buy because I don't really like to do a no matte look. Right, so let's get the glitter glue out. I think I'm going to put some of this lip oil on, my lips feel quite dry. And it's just the Technique plumping lip oil. It's not a plumping lip oil. I always feel like something goes down in my throat though, like, I don't know, some kind of chemical, which isn't great. I probably won't get that again. Okay, eyeliners. We've got 2 here. Actually, no, let's start off with the glitter glue. So this is my glitter glue, what I'm using at the moment. It's a W7 Sparkle Slate. I'm nearly out of this as well. But it has lasted me a very long time. I would say easily 2 years. You don't need much. Now I've got that much for both eyes, but I don't feel like I'll need that much. And then I just like kind of spread it onto both fingers. Right, so that's tacky now. And this glitter glue is, like, glitter glues are meant to be tacky. You couldn't put like a matte eyeshadow over that. They're just for shimmers. Right, so now, like I said, I've got 2 eyeliners. So I always start off with the Ted Baker one. It's just a black eyeliner to tight line with. This isn't the best thing because more often than not I end up poking myself in the eye. So I'm not going to look at the camera. And maybe you should look away as well if you have got eye phobia. Right, that's one eye done. One eye done. Oh, the left eye's the worst. The left eye's the worst because I nearly got blind in it when I was younger. My friend, I tell this story all the time, so you may have heard it. Me and my friend got into an argument, and you know how sherbet is an acid? She threw it in my face, she threw it and it got in my eye. I don't think she meant to do that, but she did, and I had to wear an eye patch for 6 weeks. My mum had to constantly bathe my eye with salt water and these other eye drops that the doctors gave her, and it was a nightmare. It was all stuck together and things. Do you know when you get conjunctivitis like that, but worse, 10 times worse? So I'm using this Amy that you gifted me. See, isn't it? I'm doing really well with it. I do like it. I love it, in fact. I don't know if I'd repurchase it though, because I've got so many eyeliners. See? God. Right. Now it's the YSL palette time. Come on, YSL, impress me. I forgot to do that one as well. I'll do that once I've gone over with this shimmer here. Don't ask me what they're called. It doesn't say on the palette. Right, let's get a brush. Okay, so I'm really going to pack on a lot of this taupe shade. It's going into the blusher. Right, so I packed on quite a lot, as you can see. It's satin. At the very least, it might even be matte. So it's not even a shimmer. Not impressed with this. Impressed with the blusher. Love the blush in it. Might just have to go into my drawer. My blusher drawer. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. But I like sparkle. Right, let's blend it out. So I'm just going to go in with this brush as well and just blend it out. See, it looks quite nice. Let's see what it looks like when I've done the other eye. This is probably why I've not used it. And it's got lip stuff in it as well, which has got crap in it, to be honest. See, I hate it when brands do this. They don't put a cover. They could have quite easily put a plastic cover here, and they haven't. But it's an old palette anyway, so I wouldn't be using those lip glosses or, you know, lip creams, whatever it is. Right, and then we'll blend it out again. I said it's not going to be a long live, didn't I? We're coming up for an hour. Right, then we'll go in with, I think this is like an inner corner highlighter shade here. So I'll try using that. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go back in with the Makeup Geek one. Doesn't look too bad. It's definitely brightened the inner corner, which is what you need, isn't it? Feel like I mean, that top, I'm just looking down at it and it has got some sparkle in it. I normally go in with a bit more anyway on the finger, so we'll check that out in a minute. Let's do it now. It's very sheer. I think that's why I don't really like it too much. Oh, it's going on better though now. Definitely, I mean, a lot of people don't like putting shimmers on with the fingers. But definitely it goes on a hell of a lot better. If you can't get a shimmer to work, use your finger, guys. I don't care how bad it looks, or if like people don't like it. It just, like, to me, you know, putting it on with your fingers makes it look better. I want to do something else. I can't remember what. Oh yeah, that brown, that very dark brown there. The only thing is, I wish they had shades. Do you know what I think when a company doesn't put shade names on the palettes and on the eyeshadows? I feel like they're lazy. But I didn't actually buy that palette, so, you know, my mum got it for me. And it wasn't even on the packaging. Yeah, I'm just deepening it up a little bit on the outer V. So the only shade I wouldn't have used is this gold. I might use that in a different video, but I don't think I like it. Right, that'll do. Mascara time. Gonna go in with 17 Another Level. This is a absolutely beautiful mascara. So it gives you volume plus definition, and it's such an inexpensive mascara as well. So that's one eye done. My hair's in the mascara one, that's a bit grim. I'll need to get a new mascara soon because I'm only using this one at the moment. I don't have any others. Okay, that'll do. Then I need to get this lip oil off and we can put some lipstick on. Okay. It's only a little mini, so I'm struggling to find it. Okay. Right, first of all, it's a bit dirty. First of all, I'm going in with this Peel Aways Crush lip liner. And it's just a pencil lip liner. I think I'm going to need to sharpen it before we do this. So it's just a really nice pale pink. Like Your Lips But Better. That kind of colour. Right, here we go. So it just looks like that. Oh, and what I do is I fill the entire lip in just because I'm going in with like a cream lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury. Look how diddy it is. Oh. And it's not really creamy, this. Do you know how you can get some lip liners that are really creamy? This isn't. But it's part of Project Pan and I want to use it up. You do get an absolute lot of it. And obviously I've sharpened it a few times, but that's how big it is. So compared to the ones by Essence, I mean, I can show you. But the Essence ones, in my opinion, these ones are way more expensive. But the Essence one is also retractable. It's not a pencil. So, right, let me just take the lids off them both to make it fair. And let me roll the Essence one up. You can see just how much more product this has. And I barely use the Essence one as well, so there'll be quite a lot of product in there. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. Put that back up there now. And this one back in the drawer. Ugh. Right, so last thing is lips. And that's this. I forgot about it, to be honest. So this one is the shade Bitch Perfect, and that's what I've got in. So I can definitely use it. It is a Project Pan lipstick. I can definitely use it for that. But I've forgotten about it because it is so small. And yeah, I just forgot. So hopefully, you know, if I've used it for a couple of months, that will be out of the collection. and it just goes so nicely with the lip liner by P. Louise. And it still smells like it's okay, this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. Like these Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, they do last a long time, because I've had these, I want to say a couple of years at least. It came with 3 of them, so it came with this one, another one, and So Marilyn. So Marilyn I absolutely love. But anyway, this is the eye look. It's pretty warm, like on the crease, and then cool on the lids there. I think it looks nice. Thank you guys for joining me. I really do appreciate your time. If you can, please like. It really does help my channel grow, and I massively appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. I think the next live is going to be Saturday, with hopefully a special guest. And yeah, I'll see you all then. Bye now.